Now that we've watched a bunch of videos about the artist George Catlin, and we've watched some videos about Native Americans, we are going to do a Native American portrait. To start out today, you're going to need a white paper, pencil, Sharpie. If you have watercolors, we'll use watercolors. If some of you I know have kits, you guys can use color pencils. Some of you have oil pastels at home and you have crayons. You can use all of it if you want. Just don't go a little crazy, but I would not use marker, so no marker. You could use color pencil. It will take a while, but you can use color pencil. So what we're going to do today is this. You're going to hold your paper the tall way. We're going to start in pencil. Remember, pencil. I'm starting in Sharpie so you can see. We are drawing a portrait together of a Native American, and we can make it a man or a woman, and we can change it around a little bit. Starting the head, we're going to start from the top, come down, curve up. Okay? If you want it to be more feminine or a woman, you're just going to kind of curve the chin. If you want it to be more masculine, you're going to make your chin right here a little bit more angled. And then you would curve the bottom. So I know it's a little messy right now, but this would be the shape of a man, and then the woman would just be a little more curved. To start out, we're going to start out in the middle. So let's start with 2 lines in the middle. This is going to be our nose. Once we draw the nose, you're going to actually curve it on the bottom like this. This is the bottom of the nose. Now, we're going to draw the side curve and a side curve. Those are the bumps of your nose. You're going to draw nostrils. Remember, don't make them too high because then they'll look like they're little piggy noses. And you just want them to look like regular nostrils. Underneath the nose, if you feel right under your nose, there's like this little area. We're going to draw that. I always forget the name, but we're going to draw it. Now, for the eyes, we're actually going to skip the lips for a minute. We're going to do the eyes. So the eyes are going to curve and curve. Yes, I have a very big forehead. This is going to be for our hair, so do not worry. We're then going to come on the bottom and make the bottom curve. Our eyes are going to be curves on the side. We've done eyes before, so you guys should know how to do the eyes. Now, for the nose, you're going to curve this top part, because this is the part, if you feel your nose, it goes into your eyebrows. In this eye, we're going to add pupils on each eye, and then we're going to add a little reflection of light. So when we color the eye, you're going to leave that part white. That's the little reflection of light in our eyes. Next, we're going to draw from that mark, we're going to draw our eyebrows. Now you can draw them pointy, you can draw them curved, it's however you want. So you can choose what kind of eyebrows you want. Lastly, on this face, we're going to draw our lips. Now, starting in the middle, we're going to start here, come out, and then come out. We're then going to come down. To make the mouth look more realistic, we come straight, curve, and straight. Now, this Native American kind of looks a little like no emotion. So if you want them a little happier, curve it. If you want a little more serious, curve it down. So you can choose if you want them happy or if you want them more serious. It's your choice. Now, if you want this to be feminine or woman, you can actually add just like some eyelashes on the end if you want for the girls. Now, for a man and a woman, for Native Americans, most have long hair. They either have long straight hair or they'll have braids. So for the hair, we're going to start from the top, come to the side like this. If you have braids, you will have to draw ears. So let's draw an ear here, curve and a bottom, and then we're going to draw a curve and a hole. Okay, so that would be if you have a braid. If you don't have a braid, you'll probably cover your ears. Once you've done the ears, we're going to draw a neck. After you've drawn a neck, let's draw your shoulders come off the page. Now, I'm not adding the curve here because we're going to add something in a minute. Let's go back to the top and draw the rest of your hair. If you're at the top, if you want a braid, you're going to kind of do this bump shape. usually a Native American will have like a hair tie here, and it's usually a very detailed beaded piece. Man or woman would have this, and then you would have the long part of your hair. So this would be a braid, and then you would just kind of curve it in different directions to give the braid. If you have long hair, you would just come back here and just draw your lines. And in this one, you can also draw lines too if you want to give it texture. So right now we have a man or a woman. Now, if you've looked at some of the pictures that I showed you from George Catlin, a lot of the Native Americans do have paint under their eyes. And this is not for makeup. This is for traditional dance or for maybe even a war paint. So you can do a paint under the eye. You can do the shape of a feather. You might even see a handprint. So if you want, you can kind of take your hand and you could trace your hand to give it the shape of a hand. So that would be like another piece. You might want to fix it up a little bit. Mine's a little fat right there. You may also have a feather coming down here. You can draw another feather. If you don't like the feather, we can also draw a headband that comes across. You can draw details on your headband. So there's lots of options. If you're a girl, you might want to add some earrings. And you can always look up some earrings for Native American jewelry. Now, almost all Native American men and women would wear jewelry. The jewelry for the rest of the body is usually beads. Sometimes you might have some like teeth from an animal that you might have hunted. Some might be shells. You can also add shells in your hair if you'd like. But we're going to add a curve right here. This is going to be our big necklace. And we're going to circle. You can add some designs inside. And we can add some designs on the side here. You can add beads, very simple beads. You can add up and down lines like this. And then we can make like little segmented beads, kind of like a weaving. You could add teeth, like a saber-toothed tiger tooth. And then sometimes you might even have like little fringes if you want also. So take your time, go slow working on your drawing. The more you go, the slower you go and you look up images, I think the better your picture is going to look. And it's going to look more realistic. Now right here, like I said, the hand on mine, I would have thinned it out a little bit. But definitely take a peek at all the George Catlin paintings, and then definitely go online and look up Native American jewelry to get some more ideas for some of the jewelry pieces. When you are finished, you can make this a couple of different ways. We're going to color the skin a natural skin color. Like I said, you can paint this, or you can use crayons, or you can use a little bit of everything. So the skin would be painted a natural color. I'm just going to paint mine just to give you an idea. Okay, so you're going to paint the skin a natural color. And Native Americans are usually, you can use any color from peach to brown. So you can use peach, a rust color. I'll show another color you can use. You can use this color, a nice rust.
Now we are on to the part where you are going to color or paint your Native American. Now make sure first that you will outline everything, erase your pencil marks, and then you can start using colors. We are going to start with the skin. Skin tones for Native Americans are usually peach, rust color, or brown. And then you can move on to doing the hair. The hair is usually a dark color. Most Native Americans have natural blacks or natural brown hair, dark brown. And then your eyebrows are obviously going to match your hair. Most people, their hair matches their eyebrows unless you dye your hair. Next, you are going to paint your parts of the face that were painted, or the feathers and the jewelry. This is where you're going to use all of your colors. And if you have something small like the beads, you might want to do that in color pencil versus paint so it won't be so messy. And then make sure that you use bright colors because Native American clothing is colorful and super bright. Lastly, you want to make sure that you paint the eye. When you paint the inside of the eye, Remember not to paint that white little fleck that we did. That is the reflection of light, and that's what makes the eyes look realistic. So again, let's go over this quickly. Skin tones, try to use natural colors. Hair, natural colors also, which are browns and blacks. Jewelry, bright colors. Paint, bright colors. When you are finished, make sure that you take a picture, you load it up into Schoology under the assignments. Take it clear, make sure it fits in the screen. Once it is in the assignments and submitted, I can grade your artwork and I can't wait to see them. I think these are going to be really amazing. The more time you take on them, the better they're going to look. So please go slow. This is not a quick lesson. Remember to reference or get images. You can look online up Native Americans. And that will give you some ideas on what color jewelry you can use what kinds of jewelry. So again, go slow, load your work up, and I can't wait to see your work.